Quite some time ago, I did a video detailing how the Kurds, the Kurdish resistance fighters, were leaning towards the United States and outright allying with imperialism. Now, I gave examples of how it was happening, which of course the First World Maoists and anarchists immediately threw a hissy fit, claiming me to be absolutely lying, despite the fact that I had shown that a lot of the Kurds are not communists at all, in fact, social democrats. Well, now what I was saying and what other third worldists were saying as well is now becoming, how do we put this, even more true? The Kurds have now given the United States an air base to use in Syria. This should not be surprising at all. As I detailed in the previous video, as other third worldists have detailed, the Kurds have a history of allying with anybody in order to forward their own national interests, because they are a national liberation group first, and any other kind of ideology a second. So that's exactly what's happened. The United States has taken control of Syria's Rmeilan air base in Hasa-kah with the help of the Kurdish People's Protection Units, or the YPG, one of the groups that's most widely recognized as being communists, which is now showing that they're not. Not just allying with US imperialism, but allowing it to have a staging point with which to attack other countries. This is the Syrian branch of the Kurdistan Workers Party, or the PKK, which have long been thought to be communists and very much were communists at one time. Now, according to a spokesman from the US-backed Syrian Democratic Force, under a deal with the YPG, the US was given control of the airport. The purpose of this deal is to back up the SDF by providing weapons and an air base for US warplanes. Now, I know exactly what people are going to say right away, that this is false, it's not true. If so, then why aren't the Kurds denouncing this as being false? And since we do have photographs of the US air base with the Kurds, then why aren't they denouncing the US using their territory? Because they have agreed to do so. The Kurds are actively helping US imperialism. Now, I said this in the past and I made it very clear that there was a problem. The strongest Kurdish force inside of Syria is the People's Protection Units, or the YPG, and they are heavily connected to the Kurdistan Workers Party inside of Turkish Kurdistan, or better known as the PKK, who have been historically known as communists. Another major group in the Kobane battles was the Peshmerga, the Iraqi Kurdish militias of the Patriotic Union of Kurdistan, or PUK. But in order for us to really understand the situation, we have to look at the facts. The PUK is openly capitalist. They have defended capitalists in the past, and they have been openly siding with imperialists all through much of their history. The PKK, on the other hand, the Kurdistan Workers Party, have traditionally been known as a communist group, yet now they are very openly social democrat. And they have openly allied with imperialist forces to forward their own agenda. What First World Maoists and anarchists don't like to acknowledge is the fact that reality is much more complicated than they make it out to be. To them, it is merely someone is an oppressed group, so therefore they're automatically revolutionary, and therefore they can absolutely do no wrong. Did I not make the criticism that they were allying with US imperialism, and now they've turned around and done the same thing? It seems to be that the biggest crime you can commit is not mindlessly supporting or taking uncritically what third world groups do. Just because they're in the third world does not automatically make them right. Just because they're the most oppressed does not automatically make them right. They can make errors, and they do. And I've been pretty consistent with criticizing third world movements that have made a mistake. What we really need to keep in mind is that we should be mindful of what's going on. We should watch the actions these groups are taking and then make the rightful criticisms when they take these reactionary actions. It's not reactionary to admit that there are reactionary actions coming out of the Kurds. And this blows down the really big myth that somehow the Kurds are the vanguard of the revolution in the third world. And as Noam Chomsky said, the Kurds should be the only people that we should be supporting. Yet Here they are outright allying with US imperialism to carry out oppression against other people. If you like this video and you'd like to see more of them, then head over to my Patreon page and show your support. Or you can go to the MRN bookstore and check out some of the latest books available. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and share on various social media.